And Renee and I thought that we would share with you ideas on how you can jumpstart your business. So the title for today is Clean Your Life to Get a New Start. So we just went through the end of the month. And of course, you know, all the craziness on Facebook and everything else, and people are just kind of freaking out trying to make up their numbers. And if you're struggling, you might want to take a look at your environment. Right, Renee? Good morning.
Good morning. Absolutely. Take a look at your environment. What's going on in your personal life? What's going on in your home? All your clutter you got going on around there that you just keep looking at, and you know, one day I might use that. And that was 10 years ago you've been saying that. And what's going on in your business? What are you cluttering up? Back to you, B.
Okay, so, all right. So, hey, you know what? We love that you're here watching us. Let us know where you're watching us from, and just drop us a little hi, and let us know, of course, if you can hear us and see us okay, right? Hi, Renee.
That's a queen.
And we love emojis, we love hearts, we love comments, and of course, if you're watching this on the replay, drop us a replay down below so we can reach out to you afterwards. We love our live and our replay viewers, so just kind of, you know, interact with us and let us know if you love and agree with the content that we're about to share with you today. Okay, so Renee, when we're starting over and we're evaluating our environment, we need to basically kind of pause for a second. Look around you, okay? So we're gonna cover a few points for you today, but we're gonna start with decluttering. Do you wanna tackle that first, Renee?
Okay, well, tax time is here for a lot of us, or has been here. And one thing that I see that I know I haven't been doing in the past few years is I've done a spreadsheet of all my expenses, what's coming in, what money's coming in, what money's going out, all my expenses. And I'm looking at subscriptions that I have that really provide no value to me. So I've canceled them. I literally have canceled up to about $3,000 of subscriptions and affiliate programs that I have paid for, have never really used, are no longer serving me. So I have canceled all those. Pretty much you get to look at the view of your business, what's going on. And if you're not going to be using it in the next 30 to 90 days, cancel it. You can always go back at a later date, but cancel it for now because you're paying for something you're not using, and you're literally just throwing money out the window.
Right. So yeah, I love it. I mean, you know, I actually had to do that too, because as Renee said, as you're coming close to tax season, or you know, if you're evaluating yourself quarterly, you get to see what you're spending money on. And it's really easy to jump on the next shining offer, right? And there's nothing wrong with trying things out, but you really do need to pause and evaluate what really is contributing to your growth and success. So I also did the same thing. You know, I was paying for a monthly system that I thought, why am I paying $9 for this thing where I really haven't used it much? And I actually really didn't think about it past the first 2 weeks after I signed up. So you kind of need to evaluate what it is that you're subscribing to, because all of that stuff is filling your mailbox and taking up space in your subconscious, right? So you kind of need to just kind of let it go. You know, magazine subscriptions and, you know, and little memberships to, you know, video sites, etc. I mean, if you really need it, obviously hold on to it, but make use of it. But if you're not going to make use of it right away, let it go to kind of free up some space in your mind. So the next topic I had was basically unsubscribing. Let's talk about emails, though. Did you cover that? The tons of emails that we get from the many people that we've followed over the years. You know, have you unsubscribed to any of them, Renee? And if you have, what difference did it make for you?
Well, interestingly enough, in September, I don't know what happened, whether I got hacked or somebody sold my name to many lists, but I got added to about 800 lists. And they were coming in, emails were coming in like ridiculous. And my emails got up to about 16,000. So every day I've been unsubscribing to them, you know, deleting them. I'm now down to about 12,000. But as I'm going through every day, I look at emails And I look at emails or people that I've subscribed to in the past that at the time where I was in my journey, I needed to hear their message. And I realize now I'm no longer opening their emails. So there's a disconnect for me between me and that person right now. So I have unsubscribed. And I can always go back and subscribe. But for now, I don't need their emails coming into my email box every day. And some of them come in 3 and 4 times a day, which is great. I appreciate it when I'm interested in the message or the value that they're providing to me at that point. So I'm unsubscribing, I'm decluttering my email, and I will, by the end of the year, have my emails down to 0. I will. I'll only be getting emails from the people, and I literally probably open up about maybe 5 people's emails a day. That's it. That's it. Yeah. Regardless of their title or whatever it says, I know they're going to have a message for me. I know there's going to be some sort of value that I'm going to get from that email, and I will open it. And the rest I just pass on by. I scroll through and I don't really bother. So why are they there cluttering up my email box? Declutter your email box now.
Yeah. And you know what? It actually has a psychological effect on you when your mailbox is so full that you just kind of, you kind of throw your hands up in the air. It's like, okay, well, fine, I'll clean it out later. Well, what happens is that it does slow you down because you don't know where to find the information that's really going to help you. So it may not seem like a big deal, but it really is a big deal. Clean out your mailbox, your business mailbox, clean it out so that and unsubscribe to the folks and the programs that no longer serve you at this moment. We're not telling you to quit, but you do need to focus on what it is that you're trying to achieve and who is going to contribute to that, to that effort. So the next one is getting rid of stuff. So Renee and I discussed, getting rid of, old books and papers and stuff. And, she just mentioned, tax season. It's like, what's filling up your space? What kind of clutter are you looking at? What is your space looking at? Is it free? Is it open? Can you walk into your workspace and just, not tumble over boxes and pieces of paper and, cat toys and all that stuff? Or are you just kind of feeling stifled? So talk about what you've done for your space, Renee, as far as getting rid of old papers and old books and things in your physical space that were just kind of keeping you stifled.
Well, I actually have 2 office spaces, neither of them which I use right now, because the one in the basement in the winter was too cold for me to go down there, so I had to have blankets on it, so I stopped using it. And my upstairs office space, which was a bedroom, and my son turned it into not his bedroom, is full of boxes that, I've been here for 3 years and I haven't opened those boxes. So I'm thinking, actually, I just joined a purge challenge to simplify my life. And I've been on one for about a month and I've joined another one and it's going great. So every day in the month of June, like yesterday, I had to get rid of one thing. Get rid of it. Literally out of my house, get rid of it, throw it out or give it to somebody. So every day, today I have to get rid of 2. But what happened is there was actually a post on one of the groups on Facebook in my area, single mom with 4 children, literally had no food. She's got no food and, everybody's judging her why she doesn't have food, whatever. She has no food for her children. So I literally went into my pantry and I went into my freezer and I just started pulling out everything that, yes, we may eat in the next 6 months. But right now we're not eating it and there's a family that needs that food. So I pulled it all out. She literally lives down the street from me and I'm going to deliver all of this frozen food, all of this stuff that it's great food. But you know what? Why are we not eating it right now? So I'm cleaning out my pantry right now. I've been cleaning out books. I've thrown away nail polish that I don't use. This is not even business. Just literally because that room upstairs is going to become an office that when I walk into it, I feel very zen. When I walk into it, I feel like, wow, I never want to leave this place. And that's what I'm going to turn it into. There's going to be things on the wall that when I look at, bring me joy. And it's no different than any room in your house. Walk through your house. If you look at something and just go, oh, get rid of it. And we all keep stuff that we're going to use. Mm-hmm. But you're on a journey. Your journey is going to be different in 6 months, a year, 5 years from now. So why don't you just release it, thank it for what it gave to you, when you needed it and get rid of it now. Like
Right.
B said, your brain just frees itself up. That when you look around you, the clutter honestly stifles you. It does. So get rid of it a little bit every single day. I'm not telling you to go out and spend a week cleaning your house out. Every single day, take something out of your house. Don't just put it in your car. Get rid of it. Throw it out or give it away.
Yeah, don't put
Right?
it under your couch, and don't move it from room
We
to
all have
room.
that bag of clothes that's been in our car for a year, right? I got 2 bags of clothes, and they're going out they're leaving me this weekend. They're leaving my car this weekend.
Good.
Yes.
So there, like I said, there's a psychological effect that comes with not only not paying attention to your environment and just kind of feeling that sort of subconscious weight, you know. You got to step around stuff, and you're looking at a pile of papers, maybe a pile of unpaid bills. And it doesn't really matter if you have a specific office space, which you absolutely should if you're in business for yourself, or you're using the dining room table. The thing is that your environment needs to be conducive to your producing great results for yourself. And if you're not producing great results for yourself, you have to take a look at your environment, because it is a major aspect of who you are and how your brain is working and how your brain is receptive to really great things that you're attracting to yourself, but maybe you just don't feel like you have the space to take on another thing. So we challenge you today to just really take a look at your immediate environment. If there are books that you had purchased that you never read, put them aside, put them maybe in the garage somewhere if you really want to read them someday, but keep the ones close to you that will inspire you. The papers, the notes, the sticky notes, and the little things that you've done this and that and the other, go through them, write down some clear notes, and take action on those notes. You know, so your immediate space needs to be conducive to your production. It needs to be conducive to your progress and your success. And so take a real clear look at that. Renee, are we getting any comments today? Are we getting any engagement? I can't see anything, so.
Oh, Merce is here. Hi, Merce.
Babadoo!
Oh, Kershana. Hey, I'm going to share Kershana's post. You guys go look at my wall after. If you don't know Kershana Sykes, go look at what she posted. It's absolutely bang on. Bang on. Okay, so we're not going to be purging those two. We love them.
No, we're not. Okay, so let's switch over now to talk about your circle of influence, right? So who are the people that you're spending the most time with? Jim Rohn famously said, you are the average of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. Now, how powerful is that? You know, who are you spending the most time with? And this is personal as well as business. You know, if you're spending time with friends who don't believe in what you're doing, they think that, you know, online marketing or, you know, the crypto business or the service industry is just a sham. It's a pyramid scheme. They're trying to label you, and you don't actually feel comfortable talking about your business, you know, with the people that you hang out with, then something is wrong. You need to find yourself some new people to hang out with so that you can kind of grow that aspect of your personality and that aspect of your life. Same thing goes for online. Who are your Facebook friends? Who are the people who are engaging on your posts on any platform that you're spending time with? You know, do they get you? Do they inspire you? Do they force you to kind of take a look at yourself and say, you know what, I want to be like her or him? Do I want to grow? Do I want to step in his or her shoes? Am I aspiring to be like them? Or you're just kind of like, well, they're my Facebook friends. I'm just going to snooze them for a little bit because I don't really want to hear that negativity. Purge it out, right? Yeah. Right?
And you know what? No different than people who are inboxing you all the time, asking you for information continuously, asking you for information. Like, you know what I do now when this happens? Because I used to give a lot of time to people doing this, and then I realized I was taking time out of my productive day. So now when somebody wastes my time, and that's what it is, wasting my time, my valuable time that other people are paying for, if you're wasting my time just to suck information out of me, what I do now is I send these people my PayPal address and I tell them to deposit $1,000 into my account, and then I'm available to chit chat with them all day long.
Right. That's great. So keep your circle of influence focused. Okay. I see a lot of posts, I have 5,000 friends and, who wants to stay? Who should I delete and everything else? Well, if 5,000 friends definitely does equal that amount of money per day or per week that you're going to make, then by all means, keep your circle large. But the thing is that you don't really need 5,000 people who are not interacting with your posts, who are not, who are not invested in your success. 5,000 people is nothing. So what? Who cares? You're doing this for show, or is it really valuable to you? Right? So think about that. Think about the people that you're spending the most time with online, right? So think about, laser focusing your circle of influence, right? So keep it tight, keep it small, keep it valuable, keep it precious, just focus.
You know what is really interesting, and this goes back to Krishana's post. You look at the people that only comment on your post when they have something negative to say, people that you've never even interacted with. They're probably, and some of on my posts, they're not even friends. They're friends of friends. But I guess I've kind of pissed them off somehow, so they come into my post with some negative crap. Where was I going with this? I'm having a moment. Oh yeah.
People interacting with negative posts.
Yeah, they're not celebrating your successes. Like, watch the people that are celebrating your successes and the successes of people around you. Or are they only commenting on your posts when they're fluffy and they're nice kittens, nice puppies, some sort of whatever, sexual post or whatever, food, whatever, but they never actually celebrate anything you're doing. And especially the people that are from a company that you are no longer with, that are pissed that you are no longer with, but you know what, you're keeping them around because you can't be bothered. Let them watch what you're doing now, right? And they're just looking at your page, they're watching what you do, they never comment. They're not really happy for your success.
Right.
Think about those people. Do you want them there, or do you want to get rid of them? I've gotten rid of a lot of people. People.
Right. Somebody posted, I've seen this a few times, when you say, hey, I just got the job, and people just kind of jump on and tell you congratulations. But then you say, I started a new business, and people are like, well,
crickets.
Again, pay attention to who's around you. It's okay to let those people go that don't fit into your life. It's okay. Actually, it's really good for you to do that, because then you feel lighter. Then you feel like you're freer. Then you don't have to mince your words. I mean, you don't have to mince your words anyway, but sometimes, like, the clutter around you, it kind of stifles your creativity. It stifles your growth, because, you're thinking, what is that person thinking? What is this group thinking about me? Should I do this? Should I post this? Be yourself. And you can only do that if you pay attention to who you're surrounding yourself with and what you're surrounding yourself with. What's in your environment.
Pay attention to when you're looking at people's posts on Facebook, and pay attention to how you feel when you read those posts. This last week was very busy for me, business-wise, in my job. I also got some news that made me very emotional. And I wasn't on Facebook a lot, but when I was on, I started looking at posts, and I started how am I feeling when I'm reading this? And I realized there was certain people that every time I read their posts, I just went, oh, really? And I thought, why is it you're feeling like this when you read their posts? There's definitely a disconnect between you and that person. And you know what? Instead of just hiding their posts for another 30 days, I unfriended them. Done. I don't have to think about how I'm feeling every time I read one of their posts. Because if your posts are not bringing me some sort of value, whether good or bad, it's making me think about, maybe I'm not doing that right, or maybe I should be doing this. Or if they're making you feel like a crappy person, why are you friends with them on Facebook? Why? Right. So that you can tell people you have 5,000. I don't have 2,500 Facebook friends. But the friends that I have, I interact with most of them. I'm not going to say all of them, but I do look and see who I'm interacting with, who I'm not. And I go back and I check to see, do I actually have any conversation with this person at all? If not, you know what? I'm a great purger of stuff that just doesn't bring me joy in my life anymore.
Right.
It's that simple to me.
So what do you guys think about all that? Drop us some hearts, shares, comments, anything, your reactions, you agree, disagree, etc. Just drop us some reactions, because we think that that's a pretty powerful, it's a pretty powerful mindset to kind of settle into, is to clean out your space of, clutter, and clean out your space of people who are not contributing to your positive mindset and success. And so what do you think about that? And are you willing to embark on that challenge as well? Just clean out your space.
When you have those days, and we've had them and we haven't had them, be where you actually feel like an absolute, you're just floating by in your day. Everything feels good. Everything feels right. And it's just like it's a big hug feeling.
Yes.
When you have those days, you're on the right track.
Yeah.
And it's when you're not having those days that you look to see, why am I not having those days? What do I want to change? What must I change? Stop hanging on to things, companies, affiliate programs you're in, people that you're following. Stop hanging on to things because I might. No. If you don't get a feeling that this is powerful in your life and this person or this thing has to be in my life right now, get rid of it for now. Get rid of it. Yep. And it's not like you're quitting anybody or quitting anything. You're just releasing it and letting it go for now. For now. And in 6 months, when you're on a different journey from today, see what you need and want in your life. And see who's still in your life.
Yeah. That's a great point. I mean, your goal is your goal, right? Your goal is your destination. And that doesn't change. How you get there may change. Okay. You may decide that you're going to get to a place by driving. Your car breaks down. What do? Stop. You can walk. You can take a bike. You can hitchhike. So there are different ways to get to that goal. Your eye should remain on that prize and never let go. How you get there and how fast you get there is your decision. So don't give in to the changes and the fray and the madness that surround you. Just, surround yourself with peace and calm and things that just kind of fill your heart so that you can move closer to your goal in the most expeditious way. You don't have to wait for somebody. I'm going to use the example of the marathon. Do you mind, Renee? So I ran a marathon, my very first one. And I had never run before because I used all kinds of excuses to not do the marathon, right? So I signed up to run the marathon, and the training was great, and I actually did it, and I finished. But what happened is that I made the mistake of stopping to wait for a friend of mine who, she was told she would never run again. Actually, she was told she would never walk again. She got run over by a car. Both her femurs were broken, etc. But she ended up running the marathon with me. But the thing is that during my journey, probably about mile 16, I saw her and she was clearly in pain and she was waiting to use one of the restrooms, and I waited for her. Now, out of the goodness of my own heart, I know why I waited for her. But the thing is that you have to remember that a marathon and your journey is a very personal experience. So you cannot wait for somebody. You cannot wait on somebody to deliver the goods that you need to to get, or the inspiration that you need to get. Go out and get it. Now I've decided that I'm going to run another one, and this one I'm going to have my blinders on, because everybody's journey is personal, right? So she finished also, but you know, because I waited for her, the air was just kind of taken out of my sails, right? I just kind of completely lost my momentum. And she actually finished before I did. We're really great friends, and I have no regrets. The only thing is that, you know, we actually talked about it. Next time I go, I have my blinders on, because somebody else, you know, a paramedic or somebody else could have come into her rescue and helped her to, you know, get back on the journey. But the thing is that my intentions were misplaced at the moment. So I don't want you to feel like you have to wait or be weighed down by the people that you've decided to surround yourself with before. Take a good look at your environment, at the people that you're surrounding yourself with. Keep your eye on the goal and just, you know, I'm going this way and I want to get there at X amount, you know, on X date. Just keep going, keep going, keep going. Do not slow down for anybody. And if your environment or the people in your life are slowing you down, then you kind of have to make a decision as to, you know, look, we can talk about flowers and the weather, and we can go to the beach together. We're not going to talk about business, because first of all, you don't care, and I don't care that you don't care, but I'm going to talk to these people about my business because I want to grow, right? And the same thing happens for your environment. Yeah, these books are very powerful and they're very useful, but I'm not going to read them right now. So I'm going to put them away, or I'm going to get rid of some of the ones that I no longer feel are necessary in my life. So take a good look at what's around you. Take a good look at who's around you, and make a decision to clean out your life to get a new start.
Yep.
Off my soapbox now.
That's good though. But you know what, B? That's who you are. You wait for people and you help people. So that was a good lesson though, and that makes me think of who are we, and we allow it. You know, we're not victims here. We allow it we allow people in our lives. We allow people to make us feel a certain way, even though that might not be their intention. We allow people in our personal life, on Facebook, off Facebook, we allow people to bully us to a certain extent. We allow them to make us feel less than we are, and we allow them to, until you realize it, and then you just say, you know, F it, I'm done. I'm done allowing that behavior to make me do certain things. So if you're feeling bullied on Facebook, or if you're feeling less than you are, that you know you are, from people on Facebook, you know, there's a lot of people on Facebook that are preaching, and there's a lot of people on Facebook that are, and I've unfriended them all, that are just so preachy in their messages that, you know, they don't give a crap about you. They just want your money, and in their little way that they put their words, because they know what buzzwords to use to get you to do something, they make you feel like you're not good enough and that you need what they have to be good enough. So stop allowing people, you know, if you have your vision and you know where you're going and you have your circle really small, then you don't let those people into your life. But if you're flapping all over the place and you're not making any money, and you don't know if you're coming or going, and you're not getting the help that you need, that's when you're vulnerable to these type of people. And I'm talking about people that are making no money, and I'm talking about gurus that we know are making a ton of money. It's no different. People know how to manipulate people, and some people have no conscience and they don't really give a crap. So what I'm saying is, keep your circle small. That's what the point of this Zoom is today, is declutter your life. Look who's in it. Look who should be in it, who shouldn't be in it. And just be aware of your surroundings, what's bringing you down, and who and what are lifting you up. Because that's what it's all about. If you're not lifting up people, and people aren't lifting you up, then there's a problem with the environment that you're in right now.
Yep. Boom. Great message today. So, have you covered, are we good?
We're good.
Okay. Thank you so so much for watching us today. Thank you so much for spending the time with us. We know that you have a plethora of choices of things to watch, and on Saturday morning you chose our time. You chose to be with us, and we really, really appreciate that. Don't pay attention to Renee's silliness, because she really does appreciate you too.
I absolutely appreciate every single one of you. I appreciate that you give Bea and I your time. We hope you get some value from the messages that we bring, and we appreciate your likes. We love your comments, and we love your shares. And just go out and look at your environment and your life, and you know what? Just make it the best life possible. You know, I lost a dear friend about 2 weeks ago, and you don't know what tomorrow brings. So make today, like, what can I get away with today to make it the best day possible?
Exactly, exactly. And on that note, we really appreciate your love and your messages and your comments, of course. We love to hear from you, and have a blessed weekend. We will see you again next week. Any comments, any messages you want to send to either one of us and or both of us, please feel free to share. We'd love to hear from you. And of course, we hope that you're inspired to take a really good look at your environment at the beginning of the month. Like today would be good, so that you have a stellar June and a wonderful last half or second half of this year. All right. So this is Bea Caldero and Renee Rushton signing off. Have a great weekend. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.